Hey guys, it's Dan the Z-Man here, and today is Sunday of Pitchfork Day. I'm recording this review before I go, and it's the headliner of the festival, TV on the Radio's return to Cookie Mountain, since I already reviewed their newest album, 9 Types of Light, earlier this year. This album is probably TV on the Radio's strongest, yet I haven't owned it until about a month or so ago in preparation for the festival. I only had Dear Science and 9 Types of Light, but this one is just really strong. It takes like the best of what TV on the Radio has done on their last 2 albums, it seems like, and just kind of makes it, tighter and more of a condensed, flowing album. I feel like it's a lot more tense, like the moments on Dear Science were, but almost all throughout. There's only a few moments of kind of quiet release, and that's unusual for an album to have more of a quiet release, but I feel like songs like Tonight, which I Light You In With, kind of provide that near the end of the album. That song is really one of the better ones. It has some, kind of background chimes going on, and it's just very an epic kind of slow-burning song. The vocals in this album are really good, as usual, for TV on the Radio. Very soulful. There's some blues influence, soul, Motown, rock and roll, obviously. And they just sound great. A lot of the songs are based around vocal hooks, too, which I'll get to a little bit later. The first track is really interesting. It's called I Was a Lover, and the first time I heard that, it reminded me a lot of the first time when I heard I'm Trying to Break Your Heart by Wilco. It just sounded so original, and at some points I thought my headphones were just screwed up because of the random beats and noises they threw into the song. So I want to let you guys listen to that and see kind of one of TV on the Radio's more experimental side. Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I would say that the first half of this album is probably perfect. There's really no complaints from me. 1 through 5 are great due to songs like Province and Wolf Like Me. Wolf Like Me is kind of one of TV on the Radio's biggest hits, and it's just so strong the first time you hear it, and it's fast. The distortion in the guitar is great. If you're listening carefully, you'll find that it's kind of a interesting metaphor, to say the least. It's pretty funny. Not for little kids, I guess. But it seems like the more I listen to that song, it almost slows down, and it sounds almost more emotional than it did the first time. At first I thought it was just kind of a balls-to-the-wall rocker, and now it just seems a little slower when I hear it, and it kind of gives an extra dimension to that song. The second half of the album is really great. There are a few slower moments, like A Method wasn't as good to me, but Dirty World, Blues From Down Here, Tonight, and Wash the Day are all great songs. Let the Devil In is interesting because I believe it has samples from Lou Reed's Heavy Metal Machine, which is just like known as kind of a joke album from Lou Reed, and it was really experimental at the time. It kind of is a huge influence for noise rock, though, so it's kind of interesting that they chose to do that, and it actually mixes in well here in small doses. One of my favorite songs, Province, is just kind of, I guess, the best of what TV on the Radio has to offer in terms of everything. It has that soul, has strong drums, has this great little piano kind of riff thing that goes on in the second half of the song, where it's just kind of these 4 awkward sounding like chords that are just hit after one after the other, and that sounds really great. Also, David Bowie has guest vocals on this, So, I mean, that's a pretty big name for TV on the radio at the time. This was kind of their breakout album. So David Bowie had heard their first album and enjoyed it enough to guest on this. And the vocal hooks are just, really great lyrics. Um, stuff like talking about autumn leaves and changing, and just strong metaphors that work in the vocal hooks. So that's kind of my favorite track. But overall, I would say that this album is really awesome. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. On first listen, it's probably one of the closer things I could give to a 10, but I'm never going to give anything a 10 probably right off the bat, just because it's hard to tell. For me, a 10 really needs at least, a year to kind of develop and see if it really is. So, maybe one day I'll get back to you guys and see if, it's turned to a 10 for me. But as of right now, I think a 9 is fair. So I hope you guys have a great day. I know I will be at Pitchfork, and I will be sure on Monday or Tuesday to have a review of the day's activities. So have a great one.